Since the dawn of man, there have been advertisements on our television screens. However, during the darkest ages, the only commercials on our electric babysitter were for sinners, consumers of daytime TV and sugary cereal. But good times were on the horizon for us family value folks, as video games would soon take charge and liberate our televisions through their holy texts. These were their 10 Commandments. Nowadays, all our video game commercials have these really nice cinematics or good production quality, but back in the 80s, we had none of that. If we wanted to tell a good story, we had to trap a teenager inside of our television and record him fighting for his life.
They think I'm trapped, but I'll escape. Tunnel Runner.
But don't worry about it because he keeps insisting that he isn't trapped, so let's not worry about him too much. Now, I don't know who tried to trap this guy in here, but he seems kind of like a psychopath, so maybe we should consider keeping him in there.
Left. Better check them out. It's the exit!
Throughout this whole commercial, we watch this young man thrashing around in some strange purple labyrinth, but we never actually see any gameplay. I guess some things never change. The 80s were a weird time for video games. Who exactly were the ones playing them? Was it moms? Was it the sitting in the classroom during recess because they have no friends losers? Or was it a young John Travolta? Obviously, from where we're sitting, we know that John Travolta ends up becoming the true demographic of all future video games, and luckily, we've uncovered the first documented event of intelligent life discovering this as well.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
You know, out of all my memories from the NES, I don't recall ever picking up the controller and rapping towards the television, but I was definitely in the loser category, so maybe that's on me.
It's The Legend of Zelda and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad.
I mean, how could a mortal such as myself devise such powerful lyrics like, The Legend of Zelda is really rad. Those characters from Ganon are pretty bad.
System. Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separately.
Travolta was truly ahead of his time in this role, and history will remember it fondly. During the 90s, the video game industry was facing a lot of heat from parents around the world for corrupting their children's minds and filling their heads with visions of mass shootings. But through it all, there was one company who was always on the side of the parents, one good-hearted Christian group that would never do them wrong: Nintendo. So what's the best way to uphold your family-friendly appearance during these trying times? Show all of your mascots beating the living hell out of each other in live action. I don't know why this is never brought up, but the entire franchise of Super Smash Bros. Was all started because Mario was an asshole and decided to just kick his pet straight in the shin. That's better proof of Mario being a psychopath than I've ever seen. Give me a call, Matt Pat, I've got plenty more evidence where that came from. Sega did roughly 4,526 things wrong during the production of the Saturn, but many historians consider this commercial to be the pinnacle of the Saturn's failures, and I'd probably have to agree. This ad campaign really couldn't decide what it wanted to be, so Sega just decided to slam as many ideas together as possible and just hope that works out. So the first theme of this trailer shows Ansem from Kingdom Hearts saying some really weird stuff about the fall of humankind or technological advancement or something. He made me really nervous, so I didn't really want to rewatch it to find out.
Humankind stands on the edge of the interactive age. You have come a long way. You're ready for the future.
And then this kid comes in and starts busting a move next to a TV in some warehouse or something. What the hell is happening?
Sega's next generation gaming platform, revolutionary sport.
Oh, you know what? This is kind of cool. I dig the gameplay and oh Christ!
Saturn.
Is he gone?
It's how you play the game.
What happened to that kid? Only Ansem is here. Did he actually have no relevance to this commercial? Oh lord, what is he doing? Take him back again. Where has all the fun in video games gone? I mean, after watching this next commercial, I really don't feel like I'm getting the true gaming experience anymore. If we even had 1/16th of the fun that this guy is having while he's playing some wonky ass Star Wars game, I think the world would be a better place. Honestly, I don't have anything to say about this one. I think his performance was great. This ad campaign was iconic. It has seen numerous parodies, remakes, references, and all for good reason. It was the creation of the best insult humankind has seen to date.
Hey, plumber boy.
What do you think about that?
You know, don't quote me on this, but something seems a little off about Crash here. I can't quite put my not orange human fingers on it, but something is really messed up about his hands. You know, this one is actually pretty good, has that nice PS1 feel to it, but I could not possibly tell you how little I care about the words Crash is rambling out here while he's playing. I had to watch this like 3 times to retain that there was even information being said here and it wasn't just noises coming from him.
How's that make you feel, buddy?
Statistics show that 10 out of 10 young adults suffer from depression. What is the cause of this phenomenon? What tragic event did we all suffer through at a young age that has haunted us all these years?
Hey, little buddy, wanna ride?
I just trusted him, you know? He seemed like such a good guy. I didn't think he had it in him. But for some reason, Nintendo thought that the best way to advertise their new Pokemon games was to show all of these cute creatures being crushed by 2 tons of force while trapped inside of a bus. Oh wait, no, they're okay. They're just trapped inside of a tiny machine clawing desperately for freedom for the rest of their lives. Was worried that something morbid was gonna happen here. There's nothing more terrifying in the world than Atari commercials. Something about seeing those 8 pixels transform into an actual creature in the real world just never transfers over right, and Pac-Man here is no exception. But that initial animation aside, this commercial feels pretty right. We've got a nice jam in the background, family having a good time, the dog screaming at the TV because his family insists on playing the most horrific version of Pac-Man ever released. And oh god, look at that, Johnny's eyes just burst from that terrible blue background. The Playing with Power campaign was one of Nintendo's best to date. Everything was super over the top, misleading advertising ran rampant, their little robot that they quickly threw in the trash was on the forefront of every commercial. Truly was the golden age for the company.
When you master Rob the video robot and meet the challenge of Gyromite.
Now, I'm not exactly sure how one exactly masters Rob the Robot, because I don't know if you've ever seen one in action, but I think AVGN shows this the best. But yeah, I guess it kind of feels like how the commercial shows it, I'll take it. You know, something I've always respected about Nintendo is how inclusive they are. You know they'd never make someone feel like an outcast, and that really shines through their casting for this commercial. You know, rumor has it that they found a stranger on the street, handed him a dictionary, and just told him to read off his favorite words from there to describe Super Mario World.
Introducing the next generation from Nintendo. New Super Mario World. Created especially for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's a bit more exciting, a bit more challenging, a bit more graphic, a bit more...
I mean, it's just really hard to keep up. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to retain all this.
enemies, a bit more friendly.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one again? A bit more levels, question mark. Wait, did you say realistic? What exactly about a fat plumber riding a green dinosaur to beat up a steroid-infused turtle is the realistic part of this game? You know what, I'm not sold on this one. I'm gonna go back to the one with Fursuit Mario. And that's all I've got for this countdown. Hope you guys liked the video. If you want to see more from me, check out either one of those sweet rad videos down below, or if you really liked me, click on that middle button to subscribe.